All right, so we know the importance of figuring out your niche, and when you are starting out your agency, or maybe you've had an agency, but you haven't been able to really figure out your niche, right? You're still trying to figure it out. You're trying to test new things and stuff like that. But you know the importance of niching down, because when you niche down, that means you're able to specialize in that industry. And anytime you specialize in anything, you're number one, you're gonna be able to charge more for it. And number two, it's gonna be that much easier to sign on new clients when you specialize in their field. You can talk their lingo, you know exactly what they're gone through the past, right? Their pain points, and you know what it is that they want, their desires, right? And how you can get those results for them. So today's videos, I'm gonna be showing you how to choose the right niche for you. So the first thing I like to start off with is identifying your passion or your specialty. You should be going after a niche that you already understand, okay? So whether you're in fitness, whether you're in the medical field, the law field, maybe you're experienced with electricians, plumbers, whatever the case may be, you wanna go after your expertise, your specialty, or maybe your passion, something that you enjoy doing, okay? And the reason why we choose that is because you're going to understand that niche more. And when you understand it, you're able to talk to the business owners a little bit better. You're gonna be able to communicate, and you're able to build that connection a lot easier as well. And so it makes things a lot easier to work if you already know about that niche, if you specialize in it, if maybe you worked at a job that has given you experience and you know more about this industry over other industries, right? I don't want you to think about going after niches that, oh, what's going to make me the most money? Because truthfully, every single niche is going to make, the money's there, okay? So you don't need to worry about that. If you can specialize, if you can niche down, the money will come. By niching down, you're going to be able to specialize, so you're gonna be able to deliver the results a lot better than other marketing companies. And because of that, it's gonna help you stand out from your competition, okay? So let's say you work with lawyers. This lawyer talks to another marketing company, and they have all their case studies are for dentists, right? Well, for you work specifically with lawyers. You have case studies, testimonials, you've gotten results for all lawyers, and it makes it much easier to do that. So now that you've figured out your niche, the next thing you need to do is research the market, okay? Is this market big enough for you? If the volume is too small, chances are sometimes it's not like the best, but what I essentially look at is that, are there other businesses similar to this niche that are running ads, right? So for example, I run Google ads for our clients. And let's just say we got a weird niche coming through. I'll just use tree cutting as an example. It's not weird, but let's just say tree cutting is an example of a niche that I'm thinking about going after, okay? I will go on Google, I'll do market research. So I'll literally go on Google and just search tree cutter services near me, tree cutter companies near me. And I would look to see if there are other people running ads, okay? And if other people are running ads, that means there is a market for it. There's gonna be a market share, there's money to be made from advertising in that niche. So that is how I do a little bit of my market research to figure out whether we can run ads for this niche or not. So when you're researching, you can look at factors, such as the market size, the competition, and then the potential growth from that, right? And then from there, you can kind of make your own decision whether that is a niche worth pursuing or not. But essentially, if there are other businesses that are advertising on that specific platform, that just means that there is money to be made. The market is big enough, okay? If you're seeing maybe not a lot of people run ads, then maybe there's not such of a big market for it, but maybe that just means that there might be room to grow, right? And you can capture the audience because people aren't hopping on that trend yet. So do your market research, gather data, and see if it is a right fit for you. The last thing that you want to look at is you want to assess the profitability of that specific niche, okay? We don't want to work with niches who don't make a lot of money, all right? Because you're going to be limiting yourself when you're going out to outreach. When I first started out, I mean, one of the mistakes I made was I was like, all right, I'm gonna go after dog grooming businesses. And that might be a great business to go after, but I quickly learned that my average local mom and pop dog grooming business nearby doesn't make a ton of money. So unless you're willing to charge a lot less for your services, chances are you're not going to make a big profit margin, right? So, I mean, you can still dominate that market, right? You can charge less and just take on a lot of clients if that is your plan, right? So there's two ways to go about it, but what you want to do is you want to assess the profitability to make sure that the profit margin is there, right? Some businesses, they might only make, you know, a couple $1,000s a month. They're not that big, right? Local mom and pop shops, some of them are a lot smaller. So it's gonna be tougher for them to even afford a marketing budget, let alone be able to afford your marketing services, right? And then you would have to go after bigger companies, and maybe those bigger companies are already working with marketing companies. So the competition, it's gonna be a little bit tough there compared to if you were working with businesses who make a lot, that make a lot more money, right? So for example, like solar, lawyers, chiropractors, doctors, you know, people who make good amount of money and they are willing to spend that on marketing as well. So those are the 3 ways to choosing your niche. And I get it, you know, when I first started out, I worked with so many different niches until I got great results for, you know, lawyers, and then that led to a referral that got us like a plumber, and then that plumber, you know, at first when we got our first plumber, or I know actually a friend, sorry, I'll take that back. I was getting awesome results for lawyers, and then a friend heard that I was doing digital marketing, so he referred me his buddy who was a mobile detailing, you know, mobile car detailing service. And you know, that was a whole new niche for me. I didn't think that I was going to be able to get him results, but I did the steps that I just, you know, shared with you now. I did market research to see if there were other people running ads. I saw that there was, so that means there was a market for it. And because I had already been getting great, awesome results for lawyers, which is one of the toughest niche on Google, and if I could do that, I could definitely do it for, you know, mobile car detailing business. And so the process stayed the same. And so when I had all of that, I had my skill set and there's a market for it, I go ahead and just applied that to this new business. And then that led me to thinking, okay, now I can open my doors a little bit because we already have a repeatable system and process for this, for lawyers. Anytime we sign on a new lawyer, like that system is perfected, right? And now we can apply that same system to this new niche. So don't think about like you have to stick with one niche forever. You can, what you want to do is you want to focus on one niche. Once you perfected that, then you can go ahead and expand, right? You can accept new clients and you now have a business, a system and a process for each niche, right? Because the landing page, the campaign setup is all going to be the same for each niche, or mostly the same. So those are the 3 ways to finding a niche, and that's how you identify and finding your niche so that you can grow your agency. Hopefully this was helpful. Drop a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel.